With this semester's classes being online, several teachers have been forced to adapt their curriculums. These challenges are particularly prominent in visual performing arts classes, such as music, because it is difficult for students to play in sync and play together. At Aragon High School, the music teachers have started using Soundtrap, a recording software, to play and produce songs for the many bands, orchestras, and choirs that they teach. Let's find out what music class online is really like.
Hi, I'm Kevin Gallagher. I'm the band director at Aragon High School.
I'm Mr. John Chen. I teach orchestra and choir.
Teaching music remotely has a whole array of challenges. I'd say the first and most important for my job is the difficulty to build connections with students. I think building community is really tough right now.
There's a huge disconnect. We are not able to interact because especially music is a very much interactive activity.
I think that definitely the biggest con of music online is not being able to play together like in person, because I think that's what makes music just like really fun. I think that maybe like staying on top of your assignments and stuff like that is difficult in this situation.
So teaching now versus teaching last semester or the spring semester of 2020, there was no performance aspect to the classes. There was no interaction. There was no, once again, community building. I didn't see the students. At least now, even though it's very strange to be on Zoom, at least I get to see my students. At least we can progress throughout the class in a similar learning environment. Whereas last semester, it was not the same.
I started investigating, researching, and just Googling since spring when we had the emergency closure. Soundtrap was most straightforward and most applicable for what we do in the classroom. A software that translated best to what we need and how a music ensemble looks like, because you can record it. Everyone can record it by themselves or record it in a group project. We can hear individual tracks. We can hear everyone playing together. We can go back and revise. It's more like a very slow motion rehearsal. One of the best things about Soundtrap, it is made for schools for educational purpose. Teachers, we have our own accounts and we can see our classes. We're able to message our students through that. So it is a platform that's made for music education.
So far, it's working. It's not working great, but it's working enough that we can put together some kind of recording where, you know, the students have a goal in mind and performance pieces to strive for. So I think it's working. It's not the greatest. It's crashed today, for instance. And as soon as more and more students log on, it's really slow. But it's the only platform that we have available right now. And it's going to work. It's going to work. We're making it work, just like I think everybody is this year.
I think that Soundtrap is like really convenient in this situation, but I think it's just like better in person.
So the potluck concert is the first week of November. What it's going to look like, it's going to look like a recorded Zoom is really what it's going to look like. We're going to have some speeches, but we're really going to, essentially play the recordings that we've been recording through Soundtrap, along with a Rolodex of the photos that the students took of themselves with their names.
Every ensemble has to have one piece ready. So I think every ensemble is sort of there right now. We're just fine-tuning and editing.
Ooh, the role that music plays in people's lives during quarantine. So I know that it is stress relieving for a lot of people. I know it's an essential part of what the students need right now. It is community building. Even though we're having a hard time doing that, it still builds community, and they get to see their friends and they get to play some music and have some kind of positive outlet. So I'm glad I could teach music during this pandemic.
It's a source of relaxation and sanity break because it's less high stakes. than your other classes. It's more enjoyable to do. It's an assignment that's kind of more enjoyable to do.